Hello, welcome to A Trek Tuesday. I'm sorry about the Season 3 review. That's going to have to wait for a little bit more. Aaron and I got to re-record it, because, yeah. Anyways, the file corrupted. So, it's also Brainiac Tuesday on Geek Week. And that means that, I'm going to combine Trek and Brainiac, basically, someone of high intellect. Which is pretty much anybody that would watch my channel. I'm going to talk about something I talked about a couple weeks ago. Food replicators. Well, like I said, and it still is the case, we don't have the transporter technology to make a replicator. But like I said, in Enterprise and in the original series, they didn't have a replicator. But they were still able to produce meat from not having to slaughter animals. Riker says at the beginning of Next Generation that they've moved away from that. And in the Wounded episode, why did I say it that way? Keiko is astonished that Miles's mom handled raw meat, and it just shows the disparity that, like, Miles is the old-time boy and Keiko is the new-time girl. That's just what that's showing, basically. I've got links that are going to be all downstairs, and those are going to lead to these articles. The links are also going to be below. Back to the topic at hand. It's the thing behind the artificial hamburger. So, yeah, artificial hamburger. That's kind of a scary thought to a lot of people. What does that mean, artificial hamburger? Well, it basically means that they took stem cells from a cow and they grew muscle out of it. Muscle is meat. When you cook it, it enhances the proteins. That's why we cook meat. Animals have been known to go through forest fire areas and search for the little cooked rodents, because it is a better way to get protein, which we need. Cooked meat. They cooked the hamburger, and some guy at Google bought it. Can't pronounce his name. Since he bought it, the food tasters, he sent it to the food tasters, and they're like, oh, it's a little dry. However, is it nutritious? Well, let's look at the steps here. Stem cells turn into muscle. Muscle over fire equals cooked meat. And you could take the muscle and you grind it up, just like you would any other thing, and you turn that into hamburger and you cook it on a pan, barbecue, whatever you want to cook it on. Okay, cool. Technically, it was grown from, like I said, a cow. Does it have all the markers that a cow would have for muscle? Yeah. This is Star Trek Progressive. I'm all for this. Now, before we go running off crazy like, this burger was intended to be proof of concept. This is the material that basically says, hey, look, we can do this. We physically can do this, which is how one gets funding for such a thing. You have to be able to demonstrate results in the real world. Not a lot of people understand the math and the theories and the chalkboard and whiteboard designs, because I bet you I could, there's a lot of things about warp drive that I could wheel in here and show a board of investors, and they're going to pass out because they a couple of them might have like a brain aneurysm at the sheer amount of math and just fall over dead. Well, can't do that anymore. And then other ones are like, too much math. I watch Shark Tank. They're literally looking for a marketable way to do it. But you have to have something they can go, here. This is proof of concept. It can be done. Hopefully they'll take it to some place like Kickstarter or Indiegogo that can do this so that the public can help fund it. Because I know people will jump on this stuff. I know I put on it, and if it shows up on either one of those, I will put links all over the place. I'll probably just have a video of just like, click all this stuff, like a minute, and just show links, and you're gonna, Anyways, this was incredibly hard to make, because they were doing it for the very first time. I don't know about you, but I've never done anything right the first time. I just don't tell anyone. And they do it right the second time. Or the 9th time. Why else do you think there is editing software for videos? Where'd my coffee cup go? Anyways. So, yeah. talk below. What are your thoughts on this? It's an absolute amazing thing because it didn't have, I mean, it was artificially grown, so genetically modified organisms, all that happy jazz. It didn't have the circulatory system of the animal, but really, do you need it? Like the video if you're really up to this thing, or just, you know, click subscribe down there if you want, you know. So I will catch y'all next week for more Trek stuff, and later this week for more Geek Week. Bye!